I just watched. I just listened to Mandy Moore's 5 albums on Spotify. It's been like a long time since I really listened to her music. I've never owned her albums, but I used to hear her music. Her music Mandy Moore's music used to be on the radio all the time, like all the time. In the early 2000s, 1999 through like 2003, like her music was on the radio all the time. She wasn't as big as Britney Spears, or maybe even, well, maybe she was as big as Christina Aguilera. I don't know, but the point being, she was a lot more popular about 20 years ago. Um, uh, she was a huge pop star, and she's still regarded as an excellent pop star. I I really enjoy Mandy Moore's music. Uh, I don't know if she wrote her music all the way through, or if she had writers writing it for her. Either way, it was very good. I noticed her first 2 albums were a lot of. She used the word love in nearly every song, and you almost wonder if that was kind of like a naive thing because she started out when she was 15, 16, 17. That's when she first really got big. Um, and you start to wonder if maybe she was a little bit naive with using the word love in every song so frequently, and you start to think, was she being naive or was she being optimistic, or was it like a uh, efficient way of viewing the world? But anyways, it's just interesting how it changed as I think she's in her 30s now. She's only a few years older than me, to be honest, but um, I think she's like in her 30s, and yeah, like her recent album, she didn't say the word love as much, but which makes sense. When you're young, you're a little bit naive, and you change when you get older. And I don't know if they had writers telling her to write that stuff or whatever, but um, uh, yeah, her voice still sounds the same. I mean, she still has a great voice today, and uh, it's just really interesting how listening back now, like you used to hear the song "I Want to Be with You" and "Candy" on the radio all the time 20 years ago on the pop radio. I always listened to the pop radio stations. I didn't back then. I didn't listen to rap or rock or country or anything like that. Back then, I only listened to pop. And she was one of the people on top of the pop stations. Um, and their 2 songs, "Candy" and "I Want to Be with You," were really huge songs. And I think every once in a while they'll play "I Want to Be with You" on some like cheesy adult contemporary stations, which I really like. "I Want to Be with You." That's To me, that's always been a great song. I don't know. Yeah, so it's just interesting how these pop stars come and they change the culture for a period of time, and then I don't want to be mean, but it fade a little bit away into obscurity, and new pop stars come and replace them. And it's interesting how they're usually like teenagers when they first come out, especially the women. Like they're like teenagers when they first become pop stars. Like you see Billie Eilish and Lorde. You know, Billie Eilish and Lorde got big at the same time, same age that Mandy Moore did, which is like 16. So it's kind of weird how um, all these girls become stars. Um, and then sometimes, like Eminem didn't get big until he was like 31, 32. So I don't know, sometimes men um, uh, beat, or Jay Z was like around 40 when he first got big. He was like 40. He was like 38, 40 when Jay Z first got big in like 1999, 2000. Jay Z was like 38 or something, and or 37. Um, it's just interesting how a lot of women musicians get bigger when they're younger, and a lot of men musicians get bigger when they're older. it's kind of strange the way the world works like that. But it's really strange. Uh, I, uh, yeah. So, what else? What are my other thoughts on the Mandy Moore's music? See, I Want to Be With You is still great. Candy is still great, and she said the word love in a lot of her songs. She was a great actress, or she is a great actress. Uh, I've seen her in a few different movies, and she plays a completely different character in each of her movies, and you know, she might be known for her personality as like a super nice girl or whatever, but um, she played like a bully in one movie. It was funny. Like she was like super mean in one movie. I don't remember what the movie was called, but she's a really good actress, and she played a bully, even though she's like known for kind of being like a nice girl. She played a bully in one movie. Um, so, anyways, her music is pretty timeless. It's pretty timeless. It's fun to look back on stuff you heard when you were really young when you first heard it. I'm only a few years younger than her, but I was. It really reminds me of my youth. Listening to Mandy Moore really reminds me of my youth because that's just what they played on the radio when I was a kid. Um, you go to a convention or something and they'll play Mandy. I went to a car convention one time and they were playing Mandy Moore. Bunch of burly guys walking around, Mandy Moore. Um, but yeah, I have a lot of good memories listening to Mandy Moore when I was a kid. Um, she means a lot to me, and I I can't put a price on that. It's priceless, and you feel young when you listen to music that was popular when you were young. Makes you feel younger, makes you remember what it used to feel like back then. A lot of people are really into Blink 182, so they still listen to Blink 182 because it reminds them of their youth with listening to Blink 182. I think I preferred pop more than rock, but Blink 182 is like pop rock, but it's I was more into like Mandy Moore, Backstreet Boys, In Sync than Blink 182, but a lot of people cling to the the the, the songs of their youth to feel young. I like new music too. I don't have anything against new music, but um, there was something special about late '90s music. There was like a little the phrase is, they had like a beat. They had like a beat, like it was almost like 10 years after New Jack Swing went away in the early '90s or late '80s, and New Jack Swing went away, but they still had this like piece of like a New Jack Swing beat in 1999 2000 that they don't have that music anymore. They don't, well, unless you're Bruno Mars or something, but they don't do New Jack Swing anymore, and they don't have that up tempo beat. You know, they kind of. I'm not saying Mandy Moore is New Jack Swing. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying she's New Jack Swing. I'm saying the beats were influenced by almost like a Boys to Men type of beat, um, or like a Karen White type of beat, or like a uh, New Edition type of beat. I'm not saying she's. Again, I'm not saying she's New Jack Swing because she's not. That's not what the goal was. It was much more subdued than that, and that was completely gone from the culture by the late '90s. But there was this effervescence of a piece of that clip of energy that they had in 1999 and 2000, and it was like it was special. It was a special time in music. Um, I I don't think it's like the greatest time ever. I enjoy every decade, 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, 2020s. I enjoy every decade in music, but there was a special sound in 1999, 2000. It was like the sound of like a pool, or like the sound of an ocean or a beach, and it was just like, it was just freshness. It was like this like aquatic sound. It was like for a time you'd think that's what the future of music was going to sound like, and then all of a sudden music went in a completely different direction. It went into like Nickelback, right? It went from that fresh sound, that like that crisp sound, to like Nickelback. Like, okay. Now, I'm not a Nickelback fan. To me, Nickelback was, the culture went down like 10 degrees when Nickelback got popular. But I mean, I like all music. I respect their stuff. Their stuff's okay. I just don't think it's remarkable. Anyways, this is my appreciation of Mandy Moore's music. I just want to do a reevaluation of it, and it's still really good. It's just as good as it was when you were a kid. If you like pop, it's just as good as it was. If you don't like pop, you're not gonna like it. If you only like rap, or you only like country, or you only like rock, then you're not gonna like Mandy Moore. But if you like pop, I can almost guarantee you will like Mandy Moore. I know pop changes every decade, and I don't want to make this video too long, but it was really good back then, and it's really good now to listen to it. It sounds completely different than what they make today, and I like what they make today. I like Lady Gaga, I like Ariana Grande, I like The Weeknd, I like Bruno Mars, I like everyone today. I like Billie Eilish, but Mandy Moore was something special. It is something. She's not dead. She's just past her peak music time period. But the sound was really remarkable, and I hope she makes more music, because a lot of times these people, like, they get a little bit older and they lose their confidence. They're like, oh, I'm not going to make any more music. Well, you can make music, and people will listen to it if you make it. She inspires me to be a better person, and I hope she makes more music, and I hope, because it's all on Spotify, and you won't make as much money from, it's not like selling CDs used to be, but it's good stuff. I encourage you to check out Mandy Moore if you were too young for that time, or if you're my age, then it sounds just as good as it did back then, in my opinion, if you like pop. Anyways, thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.